Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for June 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your monthly reading for June. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Well, I can't believe we're in June already, and it has been a roller coaster of a year so far. But are you prepared to go faster? Is that even possible right now? This month is all about evolution and drastic change. Uranus, a planet born out of chaos, enters center stage this month to mix things up a little bit. So hold on to your hats as life throws a few curveballs into the mix. Now, this can be personally or also on a global scale. On a personal level, you are making important changes this month that positively affect your future. Things like detoxifying, decluttering, relocating, or thinking about it, new focuses that make your heart and mind feel at peace in order to release pressure and finally put your happiness first. Now, there has been a lot of heavy energy recently, which will lift slightly at the beginning of June. The first 10 to 12 days are super positive for the collective as Mars enters Aries, and that's a passionate partnership amplifying ambition, new energy, focus, and accelerating the pace to rise up, overcome challenges, and tap into the energy of success and achievement. It's a perfect month to kind of launch that new vision or that new business idea or sustain momentum on your goals and be proud of your efforts. You may even have like a passionate romantic encounter this month, especially since Venus reappears, enhancing romantic opportunities and deepening current connections. Now, what's really awesome is Jupiter, planet of good luck and prosperity, also makes a grand entrance to soften any hardships or tension, and it can lead to brief positive financial shifts as well on a personal level. However, I must mention that these alignments may also cause a bit of a push and pull this month as they all jostle with a very chaotic Uranus. Now, this could lead to some cases crisis negotiation talks or finding a solution, sudden changes, course corrections, both personally and in terms of world events. We are entering some very complex times this month, I have to say, as Uranus moves into Taurus on the 18th of June. And this could bring some shocking financial news or some rude awakenings regarding future plans or changes for the collective. Now, it's nothing to worry about because I definitely see that Jupiter is going to soften the blow with that, and so is Venus. And it's really a bit of a mixed bag of pressure with pockets of positivity this month. I'm just going to put it like that because we're going to move deeply through this period and out of Gemini season and come to the end of June, of course, with our focus more firmly shifting on our personal happiness, our family, our soul tribe, and moving forward for a brighter future. So this month really is all about change, and this change could affect you and the way that you deal with life. But ultimately, your goal is personal happiness. So there may be some uncomfortable transitions that all of us will go through. However, it means that you will find an easier path towards whatever it is that you desire long term, okay? So looking at your cards so far, I can feel that some level of wish is coming towards you. I definitely see that, you know, Six of Cups is a return to happier times for you as well. Also, you may feel a little bit nostalgic this month, Leo, with your energy. And what I mean by that is some of you may return to things that you used to love doing. Some of you may sort of revamp, you know, a talent or, you know, hobby, or you may return to a place that you feel you've yearned to be for quite some time. Some of you may even return to a home place and even reconnect with people that you haven't spoken to for quite some time. Now, I want you to be aware that your 11th house and your 6th house is influencing you, and I'm very excited that your 11th house is influencing you, because that's all about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes, and you start with the Star card. So that's why I feel something you've been yearning for or wishing for quite some time is showing up for you, and it's going to pretty much change everything. For a lot of you, this is connected to your true life's mission and purpose path, because I feel like you're going to be very productive. But looking at some of your cards, I mean, your overarching energy is super positive. But looking at the earthly plane energy, some of you have been really going through it. I feel, you know, there's been a lot of heavy energy around you. It's been really difficult. You're exhausted, okay? I feel like you've had to be burning the candle at both ends. But your 11th house is actually going to help you set an intention this month, and the universe will deliver people, opportunities, and experiences to help you in your situation. Some of you may also feel a little bit more sociable than usual. That's what that Six of Cups is all about there. So this will be a period where you connect to groups of people, whether it's in terms of a hobby or a social event. Could also be networking for business if you are someone who has your own business, or even if you're trying to get into a certain industry. This is a period of getting yourself out there and being seen. I mean, this card literally means let yourself be seen. But this month, I would say set an intention, maybe have a vision board or write something down, something that you want to accomplish or something that you have been wishing for, because that 11th house will help you accomplish it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Looking at some of your cards here, I see that you are battling away to achieve something, but you will win the day, is what I'm seeing there. Now also, your 6th house of daily routines is also influencing you. And that can feel a little bit dull and boring, that house, but actually it's really important because it keeps things running smoothly in your life. So you can be focusing on things like schedules, you know, pouring your energy into work if you are in the career sector. If not, it'll be into your projects, you know, everything that you do day to day, focusing on your bills, repayment plans, savings, budgets, and, you know, basically your responsibilities and tasks. So it just means that, you know, you are really serious about getting life in order this month. And of course, some of you may even be hoping for like some travel or a vacation, but I feel June, it feels very much like it's the same as usual, but you're looking forward to something. So it could mean as you move into July, August time, that's when you're looking forward to some sort of travel or some sort of event that perhaps you have booked that means you're working towards it, or you're just looking forward to it, okay? Because this month, looking at your cards, it feels very much like you're just keeping everything in order and it's business as usual. But that star energy also indicates that you're aligning yourself with your soul song. So this is about you getting clarity on what needs to be done this month, being very productive, and having the energy to see things through to the end. Also, this card, you know, it indicates hope. Even though you've been going through some challenges, what I can see here, I mean, you've got the Moon card, you've got the Nine of Swords, you've got the Temperance, the Nine of Wands. A lot of nines indicate that some of you have found things really difficult right now, but your overarching energy indicates that, you know, you're in a period of pause where you're just dealing with things because you're affecting radical change in your life. And I feel this month you are going to be inspired to find solutions to any problems or difficulties that you have been going through. And remember that Uranus energy, it actually can help us turn things around. When things get really chaotic, that's when you're on the brink of change. And that's when you're about to experience something so wonderful, but you had to go through all that chaotic energy to get there in the first place. I'm just going to give you an example. So for example, if you're moving home, right, and you're relocating to a new area that is beautiful, it feels really nice, you're really looking forward to it. However, the transition is super chaotic. You've got to find a place to live. You have to make sure it's within your budget. When you find that place, you have to put everything that you own into boxes. Then you've got to move everything. And then suddenly you have to unpack everything, organize everything. It feels like chaos when you're in the midst of it. But when you come out of it, everything is as it should be, and it feels like a breath of fresh air. So I feel this energy going on around you right now, and I feel trust the process, because the hangman, you know, you got the hangman twice, which is to trust the process. Sometimes we're in a period of pause where we feel like nothing is actually happening. We're still doing life, we're still super busy, but everything is changing. So I really feel here that this is a period of transition and change that you're going through. And you do have the Six of Cups. Now, of course, this is a card that indicates, you know, a gift from the universe. Basically, this is about you being very generous with your heart, your time, your care and attention. And it feels like a karma boomerang coming back at you, where there's going to be some really great things that head your way this month. The Six of Cups, it basically indicates, you know, a gift being delivered by the universe, but also a reunion. So some of you may reconnect with someone you haven't seen for a while. I actually feel like someone is on your mind and they reach out because they miss you. So I really feel this sense of reunion happening. So June may be the month where you reconnect with people that you haven't seen for such a long time, and it just puts a spring in your step there. You're going to talk about memories. You're going to talk about the times that you did something wild and crazy, and some of you are going to be like, you know what, we should actually reconnect to those times. So I feel this is about really kind of reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel has been missing for some time. So you may reignite talents that you have, or things that you haven't been able to focus on for quite some time, that you've had to neglect because you've got a lot of other things going on. And this really feels like things are just really positive for you at the beginning of the month, okay? I do feel the collective are going to have some nice days for the first 10 to 12 days, and then things get really chaotic, okay? And this is across the board. So maybe it's something in terms of world events that goes on, because looking at your cards, I mean, 2 9s, it can feel very, you know, unsettling. So we will tap into that and see what's going on there. You've got the hangman here. So this indicates that although things are at a very fast pace, don't get me wrong, you're going to be super busy. The hangman indicates some of you may be doing a bit of soul searching this month, really thinking about your next steps, really wondering where it is you feel like you belong. You know, the hangman puts himself on the tree of life in order to get answers, in order to see new visions, get new inspiration. And I feel like you've been sacrificing a lot of your time and your energy so far, that you haven't had time for you. You've been neglecting your own needs. So this, although it's going to be a very productive month, I feel this is a very big soul-searching month for you, where you're seeking answers. And I feel the answers that you seek will come to you. There's a lot of clarity for you this month. And if you have been struggling with something in particular, you have a bit of a breakthrough at the beginning of the month where you find a solution and it affects change, okay? Now, also the hangman energy is a card of relax, okay? It's like, relax, everything's going to be fine. Even if you have been worried about something, because, I mean, the Nine of Swords is a little bit of anxiety about something. So for some of you, if you've got like a test coming up, you could be a little bit nervous. I feel like you're trying to calm your fears. For some of you, it could be that you're going through something and you're a little bit worried about how it's going to work out. I mean, the Temperance card is an energy of take a measured viewpoint, because it's not as bad as you think it is what I'm being given here. But I feel in silence, the answers will come to you, and there is a calmness, even though, I almost feel like you are the storm. You know, there's like the calm before the storm, but I feel like you are gathering the energy in your life to affect a major change. So therefore, I feel like you are becoming the storm, because storms clear the air. They go through that level of chaos in order to get things into order. And I feel that energy is coming from your reading. Now, we also have, of course, the Strength card, and this is your card, my beautiful Leo. This is a Leo card, and it is, of course, maturity. So some of you, and I'm not going to lie to you here, I feel some of you, you've got the Strength card twice, by the way. This is very important. You got the Hangman twice, you got the Strength card twice. This can indicate that some of you may deal with a very immature person or a situation that you feel is very chaotic, but I feel don't lose hope. You're actually going to work it out and deal with it in a very diplomatic manner, okay? But there may be someone here who's trying to push your buttons to really see what you're made of. Now, for example, for some of you, this could be a boss if you're in a career. You may feel very tested. Sometimes it's all about perspective because you've got the hangman twice. So I'm being given this energy of perspective, especially for you. So for example, if your boss is really testing you in your work environment in the month of June, there is an alternative reason. You may feel that they're playing hardball and they're just being, you know, not very nice, let's put it that way. But actually, I see from their viewpoint that they are testing you to see if you're capable of stepping into a new role where there is more money available, but also more leadership skills required and an energy of responsibility. So it's almost like from their viewpoint, they don't want to have to test you in this way. However, their boss is making them do it to see if you can step into the role because they see that you are capable. So I feel it's all about viewpoint. So sometimes we have to look at the reason why. And I feel you're doing a lot of questioning this month. So for example, if it's someone in your family unit who is testing you and trying to push your buttons, I feel this month you're taking like a different angle of things. You're wondering why they're acting out or why they're trying to push buttons. And, you know, for some of you, it could be that they see that you're someone who is really strong and they're struggling right now and they're trying to act out rather than ask for help. They are acting out so that you will see that things have got critical for them and then you can have like an honest, open conversation. Sometimes, you know, humans, we're very complex creatures. We don't readily ask for help or we don't readily say, look, there's a problem. So if you have someone in your family unit who has been causing some problems for you, it can mean that they're trying to get attention to something that perhaps is going on with them. So I feel like you're lending a compassionate ear this month to people who seem to be struggling and, you know, you're being a really good friend. This could also be a friend. Doesn't have to be a family member or a boss. I'm just trying to give you examples of what it could be. But the Strength card, you know, it indicates that you are someone who has been neglecting your own self-love or your routines, shall we say, because it is in the resistance position. But anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright at the end of the month. So for example, some of you, there's an energy here of you looking at traits that you have where you self-sabotage yourself, especially when you're about to do something really interesting, exciting, or great for yourself. Sometimes the doubts may start to rise up. So I feel some of you are really looking at that this month, you know, trying to silence the inner critic so that you can be the best that you can be in any situation. I mean, we all have moments of self-sabotage. I'm not pointing the finger at you, my beautiful Leo, but some of you may be looking at that. But also this card indicates, because it is in the resistance position, I feel some of you have been operating off-grid or under the radar, either focusing on a project or a problem that needs to be solved. It will be solved this month, so I'm being given this energy of let yourself be seen, because although I don't have a Hermit card here, I'm feeling the energy of, you know, squirreling yourself away, going through a period of intense change and trying to be very calm and reflective during this enlightenment. But I feel there's a major introspection going on here, where you're really looking at what makes you happy, what makes you tick, what's important to you, who's authentic with you. And I really feel this sort of change within you where you're building the strength in order to effect some sort of radical change or movement in your life, and you've just been, you know, recharging your batteries, waiting for that moment to happen. I definitely see that you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and sometimes that can weigh really heavy. So I feel the beginning of June is where you're trying to find opportunities to have fun, let your hair down, and basically reconnect to that sense of self. Now we also have the Nine of Cups. Okay, now the Nine of Cups, of course, is the wish fulfillment card. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because right now you're feeling that something you've been working towards or wishing for is just not happening for you right now. And you've been putting all of your care, devotion, and time into that, but it's not working. Suddenly there is change. You have the star energy. You are operating in your 11th house. So that Nine of Cups is going to turn into the upright at the end of the month. Something that you found was a struggle is showing up for you. This is a time of accomplishment, but more importantly, it's a time of fulfillment. So I feel there's an energy of harmony, peacemaking, but also an energy here of, serenity and feeling really proud of yourself that you've come through a really difficult time and you did this all by yourself. You are a tower of power, you are a pillar of strength, and you've got this. I mean, if you look up what the Hangman means, it means you've got this. It means, surrender to the process and trust that everything is going to work out for the best. But sometimes we have to go through a period of limbo, to feel like we're drifting in order to rediscover ourselves or rediscover a path. And I feel that some of you have been going through that intense shift. Now, we also have, of course, the Strength card there. Again, double Strength card indicates that you are going to feel a lot more energy at the end of the month, a lot more power, but also you're going to be really paying attention to what makes you happy and implementing self-care routines. This is a card of unconditional love, and some of you have noticed that the inner critic has been very loud recently, where you have either been knocking your own confidence or been noticing when people tried to knock your confidence or to put you into a little box of expectation of what they feel they should be getting from you. But you are, kind of decluttering your life in some way and reforming. I get an energy of reform here where you are establishing your sense of power and not allowing anyone to put you into that little box there. Also, the Strength card with the Nine of Swords can indicate you're worried, deeply worried about something, or something perhaps has been haunting you. A memory from the past has been haunting you recently. But memories only resurface in order to trigger us to see if we're over it. And looking at your energy with the Nine of Wands and the Temperance card, although it comes into your mind from time to time to test you, maybe even tempt you if it's a person or a situation, I feel like you've got this and you have the power over this, and it no longer has the power over you, whatever this is, okay? I definitely see this sense of rising up in the month of June. And of course, we've got the Hangman again there. Now, I definitely see that a lot of you need a break. You have definitely been burning the candle at both ends, and life has unfortunately made sure that you have been doing that. Things have got tougher out there. The world at large is at a certain level of crazy that we all felt we would never reach. However, here we are. So I feel like some of you are really trying to step back from things that raise fear in you or make you feel worried about something, and you're trying really hard to find peace of mind, but also focus on things that make you happy and try to live in the moment. Because what I see here is someone, really looking at their thoughts and sometimes struggling with thoughts, but actually finding a peace of mind that has not been there for quite some time. So some of you may embrace meditation a little bit more this month, because I feel like you have had a lot on your mind there. And the Hangman again is this pause, this relax, this reflection time. So don't get me wrong, it feels like you're going to be doing some wonderful things this month, but also I feel it's a huge soul-searching month where you get answers that you've been seeking for quite some time. And even though it may feel like you're somehow, in the same place, even though you've been working really hard, there's a breakthrough available for you this month as well. Surrender to the process. This is the card of trusting the process, trusting that everything is going to work out in your favor. Now, I will pull some cards on finances because you didn't really get any cards this month on finances, but looking at the energy, because you can apply this to finances, I feel some of you are a little bit nervous about the way the economy is going right now, or the way that things are fluctuating, and you're wondering what it means for you. I feel that things are tough. I mean, we all are feeling things are tough, but I do feel there are some resources being sent to you to help you with your journey. For some of you, it could arise in the form of some sort of investment opportunity, or it could be a bonus, is what I see there. Six of Cups is always something offered because of your hard work or your attention to detail. Could also be like a new job or a new opportunity there. Maybe for some of you, a small raise. That's not for all of you, but I really feel that there could be a small raise there. If you're retired, this could mean there's a small increase in your pension. I know it sounds, ludicrous that that would happen, but yep, I'm feeling a little bit of a raise in certain areas to give some respite. And I feel for some of you, if you, need a benefit of some kind, I feel there is going to to be a resource available there too. Now, we do have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is an energy of shifting negative self-talk, having self-compassion and, basically removing fear from your life in order to embrace faith. So I feel a lot of you are embracing faith this month and seeing that actually there is a lot to be hopeful for, even though the world is at a certain level of crazy right now. The Nine of Swords also indicates that some of you, there's an energy here of regret about something or worry about something. Some of you may be having problems sleeping at the end of the month, and that may be because of the solar flares that we've been getting, but also the moon activity. There's a lot of pull and draw on our energy, so I feel some of you may actually be having a little bit of a problem sleeping, but I feel this is more about getting into a routine or a rhythm of the sleeping pattern for you. But I'm just going to pull a card to see what the regret energy is about. Now, for some of you, this could be a regret about not saying something to somebody and feeling like you didn't put someone in their place. If they have been abusing their power or if they have been trying to cause an argument or some sort of discord. But I want you to be aware, do not regret what you did in that moment. So whether this is a memory that you had, a woulda, coulda, shoulda conversation that you really wanted to have with someone, I'm being given that you dealt with it in the best way possible because they actually think about it. It's weighing heavy on their mind. So whatever way you dealt with it, you did it in the right way because it caused them to really reflect, is what I'm being given. They're reflecting on their behavior or they're reflecting on what they did. So don't regret that you should have said something else because you dealt with it in a very perfect way. So release it. But let me just pull a card on this Nine of Swords for you. We've got the Two of Pentacles. Some of you have to make a decision about walking away from something, or that you've had to walk away from something and it's been weighing heavy on your mind. Again, I'm being given that although it may feel difficult, it was the right decision, and that anyone who walks away on the Eight of Cups discovers the Nine of Cups. And what do you have at the end of the month? The Nine of Cups. So for some of you, if, for example, you've been nudged out of a job or an opportunity and you have been searching for new work or new opportunities, you're going to find another opportunity that is more in alignment with like your dream job, that pays a little bit more money, has an opportunity to increase or staircase your finances, and was way better than the other environment. So I definitely see here that change is going to be good for you, but sometimes when we're in the midst of change, it feels really chaotic and very uncertain. And you have the Moon card there as well. Some of you may be weighing up your options to see if you want to leave a position or a person or a situation. And again, if it's not fulfilling for you, this is a big month of change. And this decision, it may weigh heavy on your mind, but listen to your intuition. The Moon card tells me that you know the way. The Moon card indicates you're highly intuitive and the answers you seek are all within you. Also, I feel this card indicates that a lot of you are cutting out things that have been not good for you. So this could be something that's food related, diet related, maybe even a relationship or an environment, anything that's been causing you immense pressure or difficulty. I feel like you're walking away from it, not because you don't want to deal with it or you feel that you can't overcome it, because you feel like you're wasting your time and your time is precious. Also, I want you to be aware that sometimes, especially with that Two of Pentacles indicates you're super busy. So you're prioritizing at this time of what's important to you and what is not. But also, this is a card of indecision, having to make a decision and really getting into the flow of what is right for you. Always envisage yourself in each scenario of what your life could be. And the one that makes your heart sing, that's your answer. If you're ever feeling a little bit uncertain about something, the answer is always no. Because if you're not passionate about it, if you're not thrilled with it, then something inside you is telling you it's not for you. So listen to the inner voice, okay? It knows the way. But also the Five of Swords is there. So a lot of you could be brainstorming this month, new ideas, having a lot of inspiration of how to turn your life around in some way. Remember, whenever the universe sends us a pocket of pressure, it is there to be a catalyst for change, okay? Basically, you can view pressure as being negative, or you can view it as being a shaper, because when we get comfortable in life, right, we don't really want to change anything. We're just doing ourselves and, you know, trying to enjoy the moment. But then suddenly that comfort can slip into complacency. Sometimes we can get a routine in our life that we feel comfortable with, and suddenly we start to get a little bit bored with it. And then we start to feel a little bit of pressure on ourselves that maybe we should do something different or change something. That pressure is there to shape your world to affect change in a really positive influence. So I feel like you're getting a happy medium in life where you can benefit from it and not be disadvantaged by it. I feel like you're trying to manage stress levels as well this month. And again, that Eight of Cups indicates that you are seeking greater authenticity in your life, in your relationships, in your working environments, in your neighborhoods, in your countries. Whatever it is, I feel this is about you zooming in and zooming out of your life and really looking at what's for you and what really isn't. And I feel like you're letting go of anything because this is a period of re-examining what you feel is right for you. And you're walking the path that you feel you ought to walk for you, okay? You're not allowing anyone to dictate how you run your life, and you're being true to your heart. Okay, so I definitely see that some of you also feel that you've come as far as you can in a situation, and now you're looking in a new direction. And that doesn't mean that you've failed. It means you've learned. It means you've evolved. It means that what is meant for you is calling you right now, and anything that you felt was for you, but you've shifted perspective or you've actually dominated and accomplished it, now you are changing in order to embrace something more exciting. So I feel change is afoot, but that Nine of Cups is your goal, and that's where you're ending the month on a high, okay? But change is difficult. And we've got that Moon card energy there, which means some of you may feel a little bit emotionally pulled in different directions this month, but I feel intuition will lead the way. Also, the Moon card indicates that the universe is operating on a different level right now that you may not be aware of. And suddenly, a new opportunity is going to spring from nowhere. And it's very exciting. But it may throw up some options for you, and then you'll have to make a decision on it. So I feel a new opportunity, something that you will celebrate, is coming your way. But it shows up when you need it the most. So I feel it's actually quite positive. Now, the Temperance card is a card of re-examining your purpose path. So some of you may be looking at easier routes to your goal. So I don't feel like you are giving up on something. I feel like you're powering on through. The Nine of Wands indicates that you are someone who is very strong, that you're close to burnout, so watch out for that. But also you're protecting everything that you worked really hard for, and you're forging a new way even through difficult times, and you will be on top, okay? I also get a sense here that you're just trying to create a level of harmony and balance in your life because the pressure has been on. So paying close attention to your inner needs and your inner happiness is important this month. It really feels like this month in particular is a transition month where you are basically working out what really makes you happy and going towards that, because everything else is secondary. I feel like you're prioritizing. So let me just pull some final cards before I get to your last deck there. The World card. You complete the goal. You celebrate a win. This is a card of learning a lesson about pressure, how we can use it to affect change in a really positive way. And also, I mean, this indicates that any goal you have, you accomplish it, and you're going to be really proud of yourself. Also, I feel like you're completing a very difficult cycle, and there is a return to better times here and a brighter future for you to look forward to. Also, of course, we've got the World card coming out, so a lot of this energy could be coming from the chaotic energy from the world. You know, if you're seeing things like news stories or headlines of things that are really troubling you right now, some of you are trying to find a way to protect yourselves during this time. I totally get that. I see that you're putting yourself in a really good position to weather any storms, but also I feel, as I said, you are the storm in your life where you are affecting change in order to bring a breath of fresh air. I feel with the World card, there's an energy here that you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances, and everything is as it should be as you move through the month of June. And again, I get this energy that a lot of you are trying to like tie up loose ends or be busy getting everything organized so that you can take a vacation. And some of you, not all of you, but some of you are working really hard towards emigrating. So you may be actually thinking about your place in the world because of certain, changes that are going on in different policies or different countries around the world. Some of you are looking at where you feel you really want to end up long term. So this is a big month for you, my beautiful Leo, but there are, as I said, pockets of possibility and a lot of energy here, which is going to be very positive, but I feel like you're going to be working really hard to make those things happen, okay? But you're strong enough to do that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What else do they need to be aware of? Can you please show them the way? Now, you do have the card of the awakening. And I got to say this, but when the world is awakening to certain things, there is always conflict. There is always intense energy, but it leads to a lot of positivity in the end. So let's see what final cards you got here. We have Sands of Time. So some of you may even feel like you're really up against it in terms of time is running out, but actually it says here something is reaching an end for you. I mean, you have the World card, which means the end of something that was difficult. Something or someone is slipping away and time is running out. So I feel this energy of prioritizing. I actually feel like you're going to meet all your deadlines and breathe, relax. What is meant for you, it will never pass you by. And you actually have the Hangman twice, which means relax. There's nothing to worry about. Everything is as it should be. Also, you've got the card of awakening there. So this is about seeing things, maybe even having like future prophesizing energy where suddenly you think that's probably going to happen. So you are preventing it from affecting you in a negative way. So we've got realizing, understanding something, a call to a higher consciousness and a newfound awareness. Now with that star energy, this is a newfound awareness of what makes you happy, what it is that you have been accepting, perhaps that has been hurting you or hindering you in some way. This is really about learning from yesterday in order to reprogram today to affect tomorrow so that it can be more positive. And of course, we've got the card of freedom. So this is about you not adhering to anybody else's expectations. This is you marching to the beat of your own drum. And it says here, the power to do what you want. Okay, I'm being given a song right now, and I'm free to do what I want any old time. Oh my gosh, who sings that song? I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. If my guides could give me the, I'm free to do what I want any old time. That I keep being given that. I'm going to kick myself when I walk away from this reading because I can't remember, and my guides are not giving me the name of the artists. But I want to say that they're British. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong. I'm being drawn to an area like, is it Manchester or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up. Because I feel like I'm honing in like closer and closer to who sings it, but I don't want to waste your wonderful time. So let's just move on with that. But this song, it may play in the next coming weeks or months, and it indicates you breaking away from something and spreading your wings and flying because it's working out for you. And, I feel like you're breaking loose, enjoying yourself. And if you have some decisions to make, you're free to make the one that is best for you, and your heart knows the way, okay? It says here, celebrating independence and nothing can stop you, okay? Now, some of you may be going through a divorce, for example, or a separation, and it's coming to a climax or an end there, and there's a sense of freedom from a very difficult, chaotic situation. It sets your heart free to open up to new possibilities. For some of you, you could be leaving a job or an environment, a neighborhood. Some of you could be leaving a toxic friendship, or some of you could even be like releasing yourself from an addiction or an addictive behavior or a cycle of repeat that has really just kept you feeling stuck. But, just before we break free from something, the something that does not want us to break free, it really tugs at us and really struggles. It doesn't want to let go, and you don't want to let go, and you find it hard to release. And I feel that's something that perhaps you've been going through, and suddenly At the end of June, there is that release, and it's really positive, and you are empowered, okay? So I'm just going to go and pull a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we have 2. So very important. You've got the infinity sign, which tends to show up on the strength card. So you will have unlimited resources available to you to affect change, but also remember you are a power tower, let's put it that way, and I feel you are someone who is summoning the energy to make major change, and there are infinite possibilities for positive outcomes there as well. And of course, I feel like you're protected and redirected. If something has not gone well in your life, or you've been struggling with something, know that you are being guided and protected at this time, and that you will be brought to the best possible outcome for you, okay? So I'll leave that there. I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Leo, because, you know, as you know, I shuffle the cards. I can't choose the cards for you, and some of the cards there that have come out for you are very difficult. I see that you're exhausted, and it's like, does it get any easier? Is there respite? Well, the answer is yes. There is a breakthrough coming for you there. A breath of fresh air and a sense of ease, okay? So I'm sending you so much love and hugs, and I hope something resonates in this reading for someone out there. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.